everybody! Welcome! My name is Ursa Ryan. And what is this? A game! Civ 6! Have you seen it before? I never have. Whoa! It's so new and different. And today, well, we are actually going to be doing something a little bit different, because if you've been watching the channel for an extended period of time, you'll know that in recent months I've been playing with a lot of mods that add extra units and infrastructure and districts and buildings to civilizations, really fleshing out every civilization, making them more complicated, more diverse, more exciting. Well, I came to realize that maybe complexity had got the better of me. Is life not better when it's more simple? Have we truly run away? Have we moved so far from the core civ experience our forefathers gave us? Before abilities, before traits, before civilizations. So I decided, ladies and gentlemen, today we would play with absolutely no traits at all. Yes, we are in fact a giant question mark on an orange background. It's a very strange civilization, a normal civilization, with no features or abilities at all. That means we get no bonuses, no unique units, no districts, no buildings, no infrastructure, nothing. We are just playing core Civ 6 based on its rules and none at all. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. We are going to have to play our socks off. We're actually going to have to look and respond to the map because we have no advantages. What sort of victory will we go for? What will the map throw at us? Well, I don't know is the short, because I have got tech and civic shuffle mode on, and I've actually made a shuffle map with balanced resources, 6 players, Deity, and standard speed. As per usual, all of the UI mods and the mod you'll need to get this game working are all in my Discord if you need them, as well as this save file that you can put into your computer and play along with me at home. But until then, sit back, relax. Remember that, like me and like this civilization, you too could be not special or identifiable in any way. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it perfect? Let's get started. Turn 1, and when we look at this start, which is the first one I rolled, it's currently got no fresh water whatsoever apart from this little river over here. We'll have to consider my civ's abilities and buildings and traits in order to make sure that we get the start that suits us better. Will we be wanting to settle on the coast or on the forest? Let's have a look and see what our civilization does. Oh wait, nothing. Alright, so we're looking at this purely based on the resources that we see. The only direction my warrior can move is up to give me any more information about the land, and you can see based on the fact that the map ends there and we've got tundra, this is pretty far north. It's all one continent. It looks like this is 2 different coasts. Maybe this is a peninsula, maybe not. But with 2 reefs and turtles here, suddenly this is not looking like a bad campus start. In fact, even without any traits whatsoever, we can get 3 spots with +2 campuses. Now that isn't particularly exciting, but at least it's something. The other thing I can see is that there is 2 mountains here that could provide a holy site or a campus, a little bit of something something, and we're going to have a choice as well when it comes to fresh water. Now, if we don't settle on this one tile, our capital is going to be limited on housing. However, if I move in this direction, I'm going to move away from the campuses and away from the turtles. I will have some tea to work. It's not a bad first tile, to be honest with you, but we're going to be gambling a little bit in terms of where we go. I think I will move towards the fresh water, and the reason I'm going to do that is whilst the tiles over there look a little bit worse, these are all, I think, grassland hills. Yeah, they are. So I'm going to lose production and the resources if I settle on these tiles. Maybe, to be honest, maybe I could settle on the cattle. A cattle settle would give my city center +1 food and would give me a pretty decent harbor and then campus ring that I could produce. I would solve my housing problem, but only after I put down the lighthouse. But what's the point in having bonus food if, to be quite honest, I haven't got the housing to grow the city out? No, I think I'm going to go to this hill and use the visibility of the settler to show me a little bit more. Okay, so there is a plains hill there. So that is another production for my capital if I were to settle on that tile rather than this one. That will be a little bit of a choice, to be honest with you. Let's move my settler 1 tile further. You can reveal, okay, lots of hilly land, so maybe industrial zones over in this direction. We're going to have to make sure that this bay actually has access to the wider sea, because I can see an ice cap already, and that's never a good sign. Move over in this direction and see what we've got going. Yeah, a lot of tundra. This is a real question now. The advantage to settling here is that I can work the tea immediately. There is a chance one of these 2 tiles might have a source of horse on it, and it's a turn 2 settle. This is a turn 4 settle, and I move away from the tea tile. Now, assuming that this is not a very good tile, it would actually be a worse settle, but I would have production under the city center. For me, I don't think it's worth it. So I'm going to settle in place. Ah yes, the city of capital. So identifiable. So unique in every way. Now, shuffle. Now, if you've never played with tech and civic shuffle mode before, what it does is it takes all of the techs, all or all of the civics in an era and shuffles them, not only in terms of where they are in order, but also in terms of what feeds into what. So we can see actually for the classical era, this tech we're going to have to pick up, and actually this tech needs every other tech in the ancient era. And then that's like a sort of feeder tech for all of these. This is a really weird tech tree. I also don't know where anything is, so say I want to rush a religion. I can't. I don't know where astrology is, so we're going to have to find a natural wonder to get the boost. Knowing your eurekas and knowing your inspirations is very important in a game like this. It also means that a lot of civics technologies, they're all going to be branch, and by that I mean they're not essential to get to the end of the tree. So for instance, only 39 civics are needed to get to the tree end here, which means there's quite a few missing out. Actually, look at that. Most of the industrial era could be skipped. That's amazing. And the medieval era. Who even needs the medieval era? Not us. What about the tech tree? 45 techs, that's nowhere near as many as you've normally got to get. Yes, so much of this is branch tech. Interesting. Well, let's start with animal husbandry. If we can get a source of horse, I like that. I like that a lot. It's a shuffle map. I don't know how big it is. I don't know how much land to sea ratio there's going to be. So we'll produce a scout. It also syncs really nicely with 2 pop, so we can look to get a second city out as quick as possible. Maybe we can go luxury hunting. It does look like there was a T on that tile, so maybe the turn 4 settle with the capital there would have been the move. But the good thing about settling here is I actually do still have one of my camper spots available to me, so that is an option. And I could, in theory, if I really wanted, put the harbour down in this direction and make sure my capital has access to the other sea. I would not have been able to do that if I had settled one tile to the right, and it all depends on what this sea looks like. I just feel like the land might go up here and we might have an ice cap that totally blocks us. I just feel like that's something the game might do. I don't know. It's in one of those cheeky moods at the moment, Civ. You know Civ. Sid Meier put some of his charming and cheeky personality into the game, and sometimes it comes out. Speaking of, Crater Lake. 5 faith, 1 science, and fresh water. That is a pantheon generator, and now we know where astrology is. Down at the bottom. Okay, so we could in theory rush that and get a holy site up pretty quickly, but that is, as I say, a pantheon maker. You don't want to work that for too long, but you can work that for quite a large period of time. Actually, there's a lot of good tiles up here with very, very high appeal that could be used for preserves. So we'll keep an eye on that later into the game. Again, we've got no traits, no abilities. There is no skew on this game in any way. Every one of these victory conditions is equally accessible for us, and I don't know which one we're going to go for right now. Finding a single tile that has like a +6 campus or +8 industrial zone or +7 holy site, whatever it might be, that might be the thing that decides my entire strategy. Quite exciting, really. Uh-oh, that looks like a barb camp. So it is. Right, that scout is unfortunately going to run to my land immediately, ignoring my warrior. I can just see, yep, off he goes. So my warrior is just going to have to do their best at defeating stuff around here. It looks like there's more tea, more turtles, more olives. So I am currently leaning towards a left-hand settle quite nicely at the moment. Yep, scout has made its way back immediately. That's not a good start. Oh well, maybe my warrior is going to become an absolute badass from all of this fighting. You never know. We've got to make 3 attacks to get our promotion until we get battle cry, until we get code of laws and discipline for the 5 combat strength against barbs. There's no point battering too harshly against this. In fact, actually, I can grind a little bit of experience here from the scout. It's still worth the same for me. Oh, no, it's not. No, you only get 4 experience from scout. Interesting. But I'm going to leave the warrior there and move the scout in the other direction. This is a bit of a risky play, I realize, but I need to know what this sea looks like. Can I get round? Is rushing a harbor going to actually be worth it for me? I don't know. Animal husbandry. Did I get any source of horse? I got one up here. Oh, and one here. Ah, that's scuttled some of my settling plans a little bit, actually. Or my district plans, because I was thinking about making a ring maybe with a government plaza on this tile, but never mind. It's okay. Instead of going for a settler, I'm going to go for a slinger next so that I can get to the archery boost. And I think we're going to now go for... We don't know where irrigation is, and there's no point in going for anything. Yeah, we're going to have to really think about the boosts here. Make sure we don't lose any momentum. Let's go for pottery and mining. Let's just pick these up at the moment. There's no harm in going for the base stuff. A barb warrior. We do not want to get into a position where our warrior is suddenly flanked and undefended. So I'm going to move out a little bit and find a more defendable tile, like a wood, like a hill. Hopefully a hill wood. That would be really cool. And try and defend myself a little better. A second warrior. This does happen sometimes with barbs. It can be really annoying. All right, I found the wood anyway. Go and fortify there until you're powerful. Okay, it does look like I can get through from the ice cap. That's useful. That's really good to know. Double T star. This is what we call a full Brit start here. Extra science. 5 science already just from working all of this tea. I think I do want to find a good tile that will let me put a farm down on a bonus resource, and then we'll get the irrigation boost. Ah, look at all these warriors though. There's no way I could have actually killed that scout, which is slightly annoying before it found me, but I'm not going to try and man a single forest against 3 warriors here. I will come back, and we'll come back and protect myself in my own land with my scout. We're going to need all the defense we can get, and actually the slinger will help here a lot. Plus I'll get a little bit of extra healing. Is that T on a hill? It is on a hill. That is defendable. Good. Actually, no, we've got a slinger on the way. Keep the scout exploring. Let's find the world. Masonry, archery, mining. I'm going to just put a few turns into archery just in case I need to upgrade. I've got a little bit of gold. I might need to just give myself a little bit more power from that slinger. Barb Brunei and Canada. Very close to me, but not aggressive. Honor to meet you. Assembly hospitality. Okay, so we could actually get quite a symbiotic, peaceful relationship with Canada if we wanted to. They are very close to me though, and there's only one tile here that I could settle into with a bit of a mountain pass. If I don't settle there, the AI will, and that'll be right up against my capital. There is not much space. I think we're gonna have to possibly think about escaping to sea today. All right, I'm back in my own land. I have a slinger, and now I have discipline. Let's go God King, and let's defend this pass. I'm gonna be healing 15 per turn, and I'm fortified, and I'm on a hill. Slinger will wait there just for a second. I can always advance if I need to, but I want to kind of invite this warrior around so that it's attacking my capital directly. That I think would be the most ideal situation. Do I just rush Canada here? I always feel bad about rushing Canada, but we all know that Laurier is an absolute war fiend. Look at him. He's ready to pounce at any moment. Look at that smug smile. He's looking at capital and thinking, tasty. To be honest, given the fact that I have a bunch of really decent tiles on the second ring, such as this source of horse, stone, hills with woods on them, I don't mind my capital becoming a little bit bigger, so I'm not going to rush the settler immediately. I'll go for a second slinger. That'll be 2 archers that I can use. With so many barbarians charging towards me, I don't think that is a bad idea at all. Maybe I want to focus on getting a Gogi. That'll give me extra production towards units, or we can go for early empire state workforce for the governor title. I'm going to put it into state workforce. Let's do that. Now they should attack me here, and I took 22 damage, then healed 15. So as long as only one of them is attacking me, I'll be fine. When 2 of them attack, I might need to shuffle my troops around a little bit, but I could use my slinger to attack the warrior and tank a hit in retaliation. That would level it up quicker. Let's be brazen. Let's be bold. Let's do this. 30 damage is a good hit. So they did attack the slinger. That means my warrior can actually get a good hit in, get the promotion, get the slinger kill for the boost on archery, and then tag off archery before I pick it up. There's writing. If I wanted to go for a sciencey start, that would be the way to go here. If I wanted to go for a religious start, that would be the way to go down at the bottom. Oh, choices. Crater Lake does give me a couple of pretty good holy site options. In fact, already I can see a nice +3. We know that this one exists. Actually, there's a few decent tiles around here that could give decent holy sites, both +2. I mean, again, I know +4 is kind of seen as the really good one, but we've got no traits to boost this. We're just gonna have to take what we get. I'd quite like to go sailing quickly, and that's on the path to writing. It's more useful for me, so let's go for mining for now. Okay, units are doing well now. You fortify, give yourself battle cry, slinger, back you come, give yourself garrison. I think I do have to settle over here just to claim the area. It's really not a very good tile, and I think that's a reef, isn't it? Yeah, so this is actually where I'd want to put a campus, but at least it claims the land and stops Canada from coming towards me, unless I let them settle there and they might lose it to loyalty later. Choices. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get a settler out very quickly anyway, so I don't think we're going to have much choice in the decision making. Oh wow, yeah, we've pushed these barbs back really nicely. Falling back to my capital worked very, very well. This feels like a reverse of the recent game we played when we were playing Egypt, right? There was this sort of bowl of land that we were attacking with Scythia, and then they retreated back behind a wall of mountains. Did you see that in a recent series? We're kind of in the other direction, right? We're holding the pass against Canada, and more worryingly, against Caesar. Hello, how are you? Honored to meet you. Love to sample your hospitality. You're just there. Oh no, we really do not have much space here. Thank goodness we built a couple of troops, eh? I'm gonna have to go and defeat that barb camp quickly. Yeah, look at how many barbs it's producing. We've got to get rid of that fast, otherwise we're gonna be regretting this for a long period of time. Oh, double attack on me though. I think I'm gonna have to rush archery to take all of these on, otherwise we're gonna be in a whole heap of trouble. Anshan below me, very much under the influence of Rome already. In fact, Bandar Brunei also very much under the influence of Canada, but Anshan is a very good one to work if we want great works of writing. A lot of science at stake there if we want it. We'll have to keep an eye on that flood as an idea. I don't mind that. Still haven't found irrigation, which is annoying because this would be 4 gold per turn and 2 luxuries if I worked both of these sources of tea. Let's get the builder out. Then I should start working on settlers. I'm delaying my settling here for probably too long, but I think it's going to be worth it. If we can hold off here, the advances of the AI, I think we'll be happy. So warrior has got no choice, absolutely no choice but to advance onto this tea if it wants to take my warrior. Actually, that's a lie. It could also go onto that wood tile, which would give it more defense. It's done that. It heard me say it and it was like, no, Ursa, I have a better option than that. Fine, you move to here. We'll actually use it to explore whilst I protect myself. And let's give my garrison slinger the archer promotion. Already our army's looking pretty nice. There is irrigation. Oh, there's a large part of me that wants to rush that, but I think we're going to rush campuses. Let's just do this. Nice sciencey start will keep me a little bit safer. There's a huge ring of mountains. This could be my little safe spot, actually. This is increasingly looking like a very campusy start with this line of mountains. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go for a bit of a science-focused game here. You get that kill. You get that kill. You keep running away bravely. It is an expensive use of gold at the beginning of the game, but I think it's worth it to have 2 archers. And as mentioned before, we really do have to go and kill that Barb camp, because if we don't, it's going to be big problems for us. Now, this mountain line doesn't stop travel, but it's another civilization there. It looks like they're green. Could be Gaul, could be Ottomans, could be someone like China. I don't know. Zulu? Not sure. Anshan being levied, though, is always a bit worrying, isn't it? Oh, we just found this tribal village and, oh, Rome's going to pick it up immediately. That always happens. Okay, writing. Writing is almost upon us now. Let's get that settler out. It's a tragic spot for Canada. Maybe I just stick behind the mountain range and don't bother going forward, but there is a really decent campus that I could potentially set up here, like a little arrangement where my capital puts it next to the volcano, which as we all know is a really good move. And then I could put another campus there, which would be another +3, and then we could work them further if we wanted to. I could also take out Bandar Brunei or Anshan, but I think a relationship with Anshan might work really well, because science, if I'm going for writing, focusing on campuses, this could be good. Somebody actually has jumped on a campus though. So the AI obviously very packed start. That's one of the first things they do. They moved away from a tribal village. Rome, what are you doing? Caesar, have you lost your salad? Is your head full of croutons? Dear, well, I'm not going to complain. I'll take it. And a recon unit. Oh my goodness, that doubles the amount of recons I have in my nation. Excellent. Again, a use of gold. I don't like using this much gold so early on, but that is a source of horse that I can improve immediately for the horseback riding boost. Also a little bit more production. Very, very good towel. I can sell the horses to someone like Canada, for instance, because I know Canada is unlikely to go to war with me. Very unlikely. They probably would jump in on an emergency against a city-state if that's what I truly wanted to do. And, oh, Rome wants to be my friend. Maybe science, peaceful science, this might work out for me quite nicely here. Don't know, we'll see. Rome is going to buy horses. Yeah, I think if we can get a friendship with Rome, that will likely be a really, really good move for us. Okay, the Barbs, they have, of course, respawned, like they always do. If I use this archer to hold this tile, then only 1 unit can hit me, or I can pull back and fire from a distance. I think I'm just going to keep pulling back, line up the attacks. Can I kill the warrior? I can, but I'm going to kill the slinger first. Oh, I got a really good damage roll. Right, fine, I get 3 attack against this one. Now it has a reduced attack. Only 1 warrior can attack us. It means we've got another round that might work out in our favor nicely. It's the Dutch. Green Dutch? It must be a very... Oh, no, of course, because I'm orange. Ah, fine. Now, she actually would be a good friend if I send a trader to her, which might be possible if she settles on the coast. So, maybe this is more of a peaceful game than I suspected it might be. I can always tell a treacherous friend, actually, if we save up some gold, we can send them a delegation, and I reckon Rome might be our friend here. That would stop their 233 military strength from charging towards me immediately. Oh, no, there's another Barb camp. It's just opened to the right of us, and we're going to go into a Dark Age, most probably. Interesting. Let's just cycle my units around a little bit. There's a spearman now there that doesn't look like something I really want to fight if I can help it. My archers will hold their own for some time, but they are not invincible. And our Brunei actually might give these Barbs a bit of a headache. If they've got enough units, that is. I don't actually know how many units they've got. State workforce is not working for me anymore. Let's go for craftsmanship. We'll pick up writing. Then we'll go into into irrigation, make sure we can work these sources of tea. Actually, Rome, I will give you 2 horses, and I but want 1 gold from you, and I will use that gold to send you a delegation, and hopefully we've gone from +7 to now +10. There we go. Go on, be friends with me. You know you want to. If they refuse friendship for a large period of time, the chances are they'll be eyeing up some sort of war against me, which, you know, it's just what the AI does. We can't really blame them for playing into their own nature, but it is just annoying. Do a little bit more shuffling with my archers. I can move this in the way so the spearmen can't get to my weakened unit, and as I say, 2 archers, it's a very strong force against the barbs if you can hold off for long enough. So far so good. Push, push, push. Oh, the barb camp's open. They literally threw their last spearman at me in a desperate attempt to defeat me here. I like it. And there's foreign trade boosted. There is no way around. We are so cramped in here, it is ridiculous. So getting out to sea is going to be pretty much the only thing we can do if we want to spread out at all. We have a little peninsula. We will be the peninsula people. We are a proud people of people who only like small little spits of land. We refuse all other land ownership. It doesn't work for us. It's terrible. For the barb camp. Now, this is the thing. Do I want to roll a dark age here? I could roll a dark age and just go with it. I would lose out on loyalty a little bit, but I've got plenty of loyalty and I can always settle backwards and not forward settle at this stage if I really wanted to. The advantage to that would be going a medieval heroic age, which I think would be easy enough to get. But unless I put holy sites down, which at the moment, actually no one has gone for a religion. So maybe this is a good play. Maybe going dark age into religion, because then I can use the dark age policy card that gives me a huge boost to science. I'm actually, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually set my archers up in a defensive perimeter around the barb camp and stake it out up until the point that I take it in the classical era. This is a bit of a risk, but I'm going to go dark age here. I will see if this works out for me. If we just have a quick look at Canada, my closest neighbor, we can see they've got 21 era score. So they're going at least a normal age, and that will be a loyalty problem for us. We'll be brave. We'll be bold. We'll force ourselves to settle a Petra city down here, which looks like it's the only thing we can do in this endless desert, which is the only other bit of land we've got. This start, it's ridiculous. What's going on? I should not be using my builder to scout like this, but yeah, huge desert. This is a Petra city. This is actually a Petra city, and a really decent one as well. I think I'll settle on the coast again just to give access to this beautiful harbor, but from there we'll look to see what other things we can get. Actually, this could probably be hooked up into a decent campus. I'll see what the loyalty's like when we hit the dark age. I suspect that might decide stuff for me just a touch. Okay, I think Rome did have ideas of conquering me, but the AI has changed its priorities around just a little bit, and hopefully we can now get the friendship. There we go. We have a friendship with Rome. That is at least one of our neighbors we do not have to worry about now. Writing, finished. Irrigation now. Again, no one has gone for religion. We'll see how many people go golden age. I'm not even going to get the barb camp right now. I'm going to wait until the classical era, but we're going to do our absolute best here to avoid all era score, including getting that tribal village, which just sat there staring at me. I really want it, but I'm going to resist. An unmet city-state has been defeated, but it's not my city-state. Oh, okay. Bandar Brunei is going to clear this encampment if I'm not careful. Now I've got 3 turns. What I can do, I mean, I do have an envoy, which is giving me 2 gold per turn, but I could actually kill that warrior if I needed to. I'm going to move to this tile. This is a hill. It means I won't be able to get to the barb camp this turn. Hopefully we'll just stake this out long enough. Oh yeah, loyalty's already fading on that tile. That's not good for my hopes of settling in that area, but it does have a campus. I'm either going to settle here or there, so I'll start moving my settler out in that direction, but we'll see how bad the dark age is. Maybe with a governor we'll be able to hold on to that city. I don't know. There's a lot of maybes on this particular setup right now. Actually, now that Rome is my friend, do you want to buy horses? No, but Canada does, and they'll give me raw gold. That's great, because now I can actually put down the campus on this tile, which gives me +3 science per turn, which is a big improvement for me, and will help me to get my science up and running fast. Okay, Barb spawned on the village, the encampment. That's fine. Means that Bandar Brunei won't finish it off themselves. Excellent stuff. We like to see that. Oh, actually, the Barbs are now fighting back with ferocity. I'm going to have to actually fall back into my mountain pass slightly. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to settle there in the, anytime soon anyway. So maybe the desert settle is the play here. Oh, I've just spotted that I think is a +4 campus there. So we will have to settle here, which will annoy the Dutch at some point. So I want to put some loyalty pressure there. I'll put this as the settler. Right, fine. Down we go. A desert city is really not helpful. It'll give me lots of era score, which is good. Maybe there's a really cool campus in there. I'm not going to to be able to tell until we get there. Anyway, Pantheon turn. So, what have we got? We've got plantations everywhere. We've got a lot of luxuries, a lot of sea resources. This is going to be a really bad city until I improve it. So, is there something I can do there? Holy sites for the desert adjacency is not in existence. Tundra is. I could get some very, very high holy sites up in the north. I do, of course, have a marsh, which we all know means actually got a few marshes. Oh, actually lots of marshes. Lady of the Reeds and Marshes is one of my favorites. Divine Spark, if I was to pick up a library, would help me with that pretty well as well. +1 production, +1 faith from strategics. I do have a bunch of horse. Multiple source of horse, you could say. Looks like we're leaning on science. What will help with that? I think we're going to go for a pantheon that leads into getting our harbor up quickly, getting this city up quickly, working with turtles. So I think we're going to go from +1 production on fishing boats. That would probably give me the biggest boost for now and would be a very late game useful thing if escaping to sea is something I'm going to do. I'm planning for the future here with fishing boats, but I mean, there are lots of other decent options. I would love to know in the comments, what would you have done? Let me know. Sometimes these things are not as clear cut as you would like them to be. So there's a barbed galley in the sea there, which is not helpful in the slightest. It means it'll attack my city, and it means I've got to actually put a galley out before I can even put a builder out in this area, which will slow me down a lot. But everyone is in a normal age around me, so I think this Dark Age gamble will pay off. Let's have a look and see what the loyalty is like. -4 on that spot, and these are all fine. Awesome. Well, that's just a good sign all around. Okay then, I will go 3 inquiry because, as we all know, getting Eurekas is the easiest thing to do for era score. And now we will start to pick up all of that era score that we missed out on before. There's military tradition. Suddenly we've already got the era score we need from that. We're not going to get any from that tribal village, which is a bit of a shame. But if we can pick up this Barb camp, that will be delightful. And now we also need to get our government as quickly as possible as well. Victor's army is one led by a Victor. Oh, he loves the fact that I'm killing Barb camps, and so you should. What's in here? An envoy. Interesting. Okay, that would give me +1 science per turn. I'm not going to wait for the government because, I mean, Classical Republic is so far away. So we'll put 1 envoy into Anshan. That's like 20% bonus science. That's a huge boost for me. And now I'll pull the archers back. I mean, I could start to just bust the fog of war, make sure barbs don't spawn, but I actually want them to spawn. This is the weird thing. Now I'm actually hunting era score. So I'm going to bring them back in order to defend the capital a little bit better. Oh, it is total mystery as to what's going on over here. Actually, I've just realized this isn't even a Petra city. It's not, because there's actually no flatland desert here at all. Oh my lord, I was almost like convinced into doing something really silly. This is not a Petra desert city at all. Right, fine. Well, we're going to have to just use all this desert for anything we can. Districts, we rely on the sea. These 2 fishing boats will make this city decent. Man, that does suck. Never mind. So much marsh over here. Oh, I would have loved to have gone reeds and marshes. I can't lie. It is one of my favorites, but we're doing something a little bit different today. Here is a settler. It won't give me any era score for being close to the AI, but it will give me some for settling on a desert. So that's a little bit fun. City 1. Oh, such rich and beautiful naming schemes. Do I take a gamble? Do I take a gamble here? I actually have the gold to do this. I'm going to buy this town. Now, this will reveal as to whether there is a space in the mountains. If there is, City 1 might actually be ridiculously useful. If not, this is a total waste of gold. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think that's at least +5. I don't know if that's going to be a mountain. It probably won't be, but that is huge. Right. We have a plan. We have a plan. Sell the horse, buy the tile. Oh my goodness, it's a +6. Oh, we don't even need Petra. Okay, it's going to take 49 tons to get this done, but if we can get some fish into this city, at least that will boost it a little bit. Oh my lord. What a pickup. What a revelation. Settling too close. I will take the diplo favor from you because I'm unlikely to settle near you in the next window of time. And Canada's in the game, which means Canada's going to buy it. There we go. Look at this. Canada loves the diplo favor. Barb, camp, defeated. 3 era score. Gold. All a growing empire could ever need or want. An era score for the campus. That has taken us from like 6.5 to about 10 science per turn. Amazing. And we have irrigation, which means I now have tea. Anyone want to buy the tea? No one wants to buy the tea. Oh, that's anticlimactic. Never mind. Let's see what our governor titles are going to be like. There's no real Armani tour available to us right now. So I think just beelining maybe scientist points and going for as many of those as I can get right now might be the play. So Pingala, can you jump into my capital for now? Thank you. Bit more science. Libraries. Oh, these take a while. Next up, astrology. Holy sites. That might be the next option for me. How many people are going for holy sites? Not many at all. Right, it's the Dark Age policy. That's the one I really, really want on that front. My empire is just so ridiculously tiny. It's so sad. Canada's on 55 science per turn. Wow. They've only got, I think, one campus? Or they're building lots. Canada's looking mighty scary already. I need to think about a decent arrangements of cities in this area to really make sure that we're getting the maximum. Many campuses as we can put down, as many decent cities as we can put down, much era score as we can get as well. I think we're gonna have to settle there and probably end up settling there as well, which is gonna lead to two very naff cities. But in order to make this work, this far city needs to probably place the campus on that tile before that city gets put down. In fact, actually, my capital might also need to put the harbor down there before that city gets founded. This is a very strange ordering, I know. And then it's the question of, is it worth settling near Crater Lake? Because this land up here is all pretty terrible as well. Let's just settle on that little peninsula, get some boats out, get exploring. Speaking of, this is potentially a little bit reckless, but let's get the settler out quickly and escort it over to the peninsula. There's masonry, astrology, up next. Craftsmanship boosted because I now have 2 sources of tea, which would be good if anyone actually was buying, but they're not. Craftsmanship. None of this is very useful for me right now. Need better governments. Ugh, do I even bother rushing mysticism? I don't know what a government is. Probably not worth it. Let's get the library sorted now. Astrology, finished. Wheel is the only tech I can do because of course mathematics blocks everything. Of course it does. Kind of makes sense. City 1 is the first city I've got that is going to benefit from some of my fishing boats. Look at this. Bam. Pantheon. Food. Production. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful to see. Maybe this campus will actually finish in a reasonable time. Probably won't. Maybe it will. And we're bam. City 2. Oh, beautiful. It's the naming convention. It just really, really makes sense. What are you even going to do? City can barely do anything at the moment. Let's get a builder going. We'll get some fish. Work some fish. In fact, actually, we'll get a monument in this city as soon as we can. Anyone want any horses? Yeah, Rome wants some horses. Right. This will actually give me the chance to get a monument. I'm on 3 culture per turn. So this is almost doubles. 66% more. That'll help me a lot, but it'll also make sure that I can work some of this fish nice and quickly. Early Empire. Can build settlers, but urban planning, I think, is basically the only decent thing my government can do right now. It really, really is. However, Connoisseur with Pingala. That takes me from 5 culture per turn to 8.5. Oh, actual culture now. We're burning. Who'd have thought we'd be so excited by what we're seeing? This will be quite interesting. Where is harbors and celestial navigation on the tree? Just there. Okay, we would have found them when we got to navigation anyway. Sorry, mathematics. So that's okay. Just need more science. We need to really work on this so as long as we can. Oh, I tell you what, that campus is going to be glorious when it's done. Iron. Did we get any iron? Oh, we did. There is iron. Hey! Oh, there's some iron there where I was going to put a campus. Ah, never mind. All of the scientists have gone. I was hoping I might be able to grab one of them. Alas, not going to be, but recorded history. We can jump on that really quickly and get some extra science per turn. Friends with Canada. That's very handy. We're protected on both sides now. It's just the Dutch, and the Dutch are the ones that actually have competing access to the sea with me. So don't want to let that one disappear. We will keep an eye on them as quickly as we can. Okay, this may be a little pricey in terms of information on me. Opening my borders is risky, but I need era score, and I'm aware classical era is beginning to slow down. So there is a galley. 2 era score. Let's find other continents. Let's find other land masses, natural wonders, and more importantly, other civilizations. If we can find everyone first, that in itself is worth a lot of era score. And I'm hoping as well this land over to my left is going to be well worth settling and will really help me to push through this game. It's already got bays, jade. It's a different continent. Salt. Yeah, actually, that might be a good Canal City spot, just full stop. Classical era with mathematics, again, just little bursts of era score. Really quite nice for me. Shipbuilding, own 2 galleys, celestial navigation. I think we are going to be focusing on going for harbors next. The Nile River. The Nile. I wonder if Egypt's in this game. Not necessarily the only thing that will tell you that, but naming schemes often you can use to work out who is where. Recorded history. Natural philosophy, that's +9. Oh, amazing. And even better, Pingalatha researcher. So we've now, even though our starting mass is pretty terrible, we're up to 39 science per turn. That's pretty cool. Landmass stops in the north. Can't get around that ice cap, right, Galley? That's not going to be the huge source of Era score I was hoping it would, but never mind. Ends in 10 turns. Oh no, it's not very useful at all. Build ancient walls though, and watermill, that's 2 boosts. Let's just rush this stuff through quickly. Oh no. The Dutch are on that continent already. No, get off here. Why have you got bad loyalty from Nubia? Oh, well, that's revealed who at least one of the people that we're fighting is. Okay. Oh no, the Barbs as well. They're going to stop me from exploring. I need Era score. Stop doing this to me. So why is no one buying my horses anymore? Stop it. I want my horses being sold. I have to sell open borders, aren't I? I can just tell. Oh, it's expensive, but I need to get to the trader, which is only going to get more expensive next turn because, of course, we're going to finish horseback riding in military tradition. That's bad timing. Oh, no, don't do that. No. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay, the engineering boost is there. Oh, but my campus is now melted beyond repair. Please go and fix that. That's worth so much science for me. Political philosophy. I found you. Finally, that would have been so handy earlier, but never mind. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy's Ursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Mr. Awesome, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluke 79, The Nickerman, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!